Hello everyone, welcome back, and this is our sixth part of the car modeling tutorial. So in this part, what we will do is we'll create this backside of the car. Fine. So if I look at the image, I have a back view down here. So what I'll do is I'll try to use this image plane or this view of the image plane as a reference. So we'll just build that basic shape from there, then we can just push it up towards this area. So what I'll do is I'll go to the front view and go down. Okay, so this is the place. So let's use the create polygon tool to start building the shape. So what I'll do is hold shift key, right click, and make sure that you don't select any other object. So we'll get this create polygon tool, go to the create polygon tool, and let's start by building this shape. So I'll go here for, let's say 1, 2, 3. So I think that 3 points should be enough, so that from that we can just build up the rest of the area. I'll go to the vertices, select vertex, turn on the grid snap, and then we can just snap it to the grid point, so that will make sure that it's aligned exactly in the grid point. And then we can just pull this further. I'll turn off the grid snap now, just take it down here, from there to here, and from there to here. Looking good. I have to connect this point, so let's go ahead and choose shift right click and choose multi-cut tool. So start from there, 1 and here, press enter. Looking good. Now if you need, we can also add more divisions. Maybe I'll do that later. Fine. So that's just one piece. Then we have to make this other part that is going to be the second piece. Now make sure that I'm just keeping them in the same level. I'm not making any bends here. We can do the bending part once we bring it up here, because it has to be bent towards this side, which is a bit difficult for me to do it when it's down here. Fine. So now let me just build up the rest of the area here. Let's see, I will start from again, I'll go ahead and make sure that I don't select any object, press shift right click to get the create polygon tool. So let's start from here. Let's say 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. Okay, and I can just do the extrude of those. Okay, press enter. And then I have these little divisions. Let me go ahead and choose shift right click, multi-cut tool. So let's say 1, that goes here, press enter. 2, that goes here, press enter. Let's go to vertex mode, select it, make sure that we choose the grid snap. You can also press the X key instead of grid snap, so that's an option. Now, just to make sure that all of you get exactly what I want, I'm just clicking on this grid snap button. So I'll just keep this up here, push this up, push this guy here. Okay, looking good. Now, okay, I'll just drag all these things over here. Okay, and from here we can just do some more extrude. So about this, we will have a different piece. Okay, so let me just go ahead and just select all these, make another extrude. This would cover up that area. Okay, so if you want, you can also add one more in the middle just to pull it down. I'll reserve it for later, so that later we can make that decision about pulling that out. Okay, so we made 2 pieces here. Let's try to keep them both in the same place. Okay, the pivot point is up here, so I can just click on it just to drag it over there. So 2 pieces are done. This one we can actually extrude from the existing shape that we have, so I'll just leave that as it is. Okay, so now I have to create this the rear window. So I think I can just extrude from this existing one that I have. This is just one edge. We'll just pull it up all the way. Okay, now we will have to add more divisions later, but that's okay for now. Okay, and I think that's getting the shape approximately done. Okay, we might have to do some extrude here also, which also we can do later. So now what I'll do is I'll just bring these two objects up, go to the object mode, select both of them and pull them up. Now notice one thing. If I look here, this side the object looks fairly good, and this side it looks black. So this is basically the wrong side of the object. So what we can do is to check which side the object is looking at, we can also select the object and go to display, choose polygons, and there's something called face normals. So if I just take this out, okay, if I click on this face normals, it'll show me a direction that says that the object is actually facing this direction. So in this case, what we want is we want the object to face this direction so that the inside will become black and the outside will become gray. So to do that, what you have to do is just select the object that you want and go up, make sure that you're in modeling, and go up to mesh display and choose reverse. So now watch what happens when I click on this button, reverse. You see those spiky things just came to this side, and now we have the inside to be black and the outside to be gray. That's good. So now let's get rid of the spiky things. I'll just close this in the polygons display. Let's go to turn off the face normals. Good. If you're wondering where this is coming from, it's from display, polygons, and there it is, face normals. Great. So let's just see how we can fix this in here. We can go to the side view for that matter. Or let me just check the height position first. So I think starting up somewhere good, but I think it needs to go way too much higher. Okay, yeah, you can see that this is the front and that's the rear is really higher than that. We can also check the side view. See, the front is too much low and the back is actually a bit higher. So I will have to check the other views. Let's try, for example, here. Okay, looking good. I can also bring this pivot point to the center. I can go to modify and choose center pivot. Okay, that's much easier. And now let me just bring this closer. Okay, and I'll push it up. You can see that, yeah, that's where it starts. So now I hope the top is almost matching up. Yeah, that's perfect. Great. So now let me just try to align it to the side view. Go to the side view here, and I can just push this all the way here. And we can just select these vertices, next set of vertices. This will just come here. And yeah, I think that looks good. And these ones can be there. Okay, so that's taking up shape. And we need to know that the center will be pushed a little bit to the back, and the front, the sides will have to be more closer. So what I'll do is I'll just select them, then bring them a bit close like so. This one has to further go down. Okay, so let's check this out. This one has to be attached to this one basically, so I'll just select these vertices, select the edge, and I can just make this go closer here. Let me just select this one. Okay, better to avoid the 3-axis movements. I can even snap these points. I'll press V to point snap there, and press V again to point snap. Now notice instead of pressing V, you can also click on this point snap button. So whichever you're comfortable with, you can use that. So push this also further inside. Keep it closer like that. I think that looks good. And I can just pull this out like so. And this next one can actually go and meet with this. Okay, and I can add one edge loop in between this. I'll go ahead and shift right click and choose insert edge loop tool. Just add one there. Okay, and this can a bit come out. Okay, and this point can meet up with that. And these ones will also go slightly in. Okay, so let's check how this looks here. Okay, now major changes that we need to do here is this shape. So let me just go ahead and select faces here. So this face, maybe along with this one, we'll just try with the first one. And let me just pull this out. Yeah, there you go. So I can just keep this somewhere here. Okay, so accordingly I have to bring this one further back, and I will also try the same here. Uh-oh. Make sure that you're selecting the right axis. Okay, looking good. Okay, so now let me just go to the next one, choose this face, bring this backwards like so, and these two vertices can come down. Okay, and continue on with the rest of them. I'll have to add one more edge loop here. Okay, that starts to look good. Let me make a duplicate of this to the other side. Before that, I have to make sure that I bring the pivot point to the center by pressing X, bringing it to the center. I can also delete the history just before making the duplicate. And I'll go to Edit, Duplicate Special, choose Options. I'll keep the instance on, and the direction is X. So I'll choose that. Okay, looking good. Nice. And I'll do the same job here. Press Insert, hold X, click and drag so that aligns to the center. Fine. Edit, Duplicate Special. There you go. Okay, so now let's just fine-tune this area. I think I can just attach it to this one. Okay. Okay, we need to have one more edge loop here, so I'll just go ahead and choose Insert Edge Loop tool. Just add it here. That looks good, and I can simply connect that to this point. I'm simply snapping now, I'm not merging the vertices. We'll have to do that later. Okay, like so. Okay, so now we can also connect these ones together. Let me check how this is connected. I can actually go to the side view here. Yes, so I can compare to make sure that it is done properly. Okay, so these two are connected, so select this, press V. Okay, looking good. This area I need to create the light, and I will have to just bring these more closer here, I think. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll do an extrude. Make it smaller, like so. Now this extrude, we can take the shape of the light that we need. Okay, so that area we'll use for creating the light. Okay, so now all we need to do is finalize this window. So select it, extrude. Now, as you know, this is two pieces now, so we have to do it one by one. So I'll just get rid of that, and I can just connect, pressing X. I'm just snapping it to the center. Okay, so that looks good. Let me just merge these two now. Merge vertices. Target weld tool. Yes. So that gets it connected there. Now, right here in the middle, we have to create some space for the number plate. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just add a couple of divisions here. Insert edge loop tool. I can just add one here, maybe one down here. So this area we can use for that. So I'll just go ahead and choose vertex, pull it up slightly, push this backwards. Okay, so picked it up. I think I'll have to do a little bit more tweaking there. Okay, so I can make it a bit bigger, like so. Just push this slightly down. Okay, good. So I'll just pick this up, face, just one face, extrude, and make it a bit smaller, like so. Again, same process as we did for this window. So just delete that, select it, press extrude, press X and snap it there. Okay, that looks good. How can I get this shape? I can actually push this slightly inside. Okay, and maybe just for the top area I can just do an extrude, or I will insert an edge loop up here and extrude just this face, extrude forward. Okay, so if I go to my side view, I can see this better. Good, and I can just select these two, just bring it forward like so, select these two, bring it closer like so, and I have to delete this face that comes in between, and also I have to just connect these two things together. Okay, so if needed I can also just pull this out like so. Okay, so that makes a nice display. I can just extrude once again, pull this closer, push this out, or even take it closer. Let's check the side view. I think the side view looks good. Except this part, I'll just push this a little bit outside. Select, go to the edge, pick these two edges. I think they're looking good. I believe I'll have to push these things a little bit up. So that would be like, select this face, just pull it up. So that's where it's touching. Okay, and according to that, I can just move these guys up. Okay, so that's where it connects. I'll just take this one, connect it here, take this one, push it inside. Okay, so now we need to make sure that there's no gap between these two. I can just keep this connected to this one, keep this connected to this one. Okay, so we have two connections coming from there. Okay, and here also we have two. Let's see how we can attach them. Simply what we can do is we can use the multi-cut tool to add one there and add one here. We have a couple of triangles. We'll see what we can do with that. Connect this here. Okay, so here we have more than one points. Okay, for this one I can simply add connect components here. Okay, so that will get attached. And this one I will simply attach it there. This one connect it there. This one I'll connect it here. Now we have a couple of extras. We'll see what we can do. I think I can just push this throughout. Or maybe I can just connect this one to this. Or this one. So I can add the existing extra ones here. Let me just slide this edge. Sorry. Slide edge. Okay. And I can also slide this one a bit more. Just push this up. Okay, so let me just add an edge loop here, connect components. Okay, so that point will connect to this one. And you'll notice that since we've added some divisions, we also need to round the shape. Just pick up these ones, just push it slightly outside. Select these ones, push this also slightly outwards. Okay, looking good. Uh-oh. So I selected in the wrong axis. That is why it went weird. Let me do that again. Yes. Okay, so that looks good. We just have a small hole. Now I can either create another edge loop and connect it, or what I will do is I will just try to loop this over to this direction. Let me see if I can do it. Considering that this is different pieces, might have to do it separately. Let me try this multi-cut tool. Let me just take this all the way here, one, and then that needs to go up there. So let me select this object, use the same multi-cut tool, just drive it all the way here, press enter, and I can just go to the edge, delete this edge, and so this would goes there. Choose this face, get rid of that, and now I can just connect these two things, and now I can connect to this one, and I can loop this by creating one more edge loop here. So connect this one to this. Okay, so I think it looks good. If it creates any problem later, we can also further work on it. I will go ahead and choose slide edge tool, just slide it a little bit like so. No, except this last one. So this concludes this part 6 of the car modeling tutorial. We'll continue on in the next part. Meanwhile, hit the like button if you like this video, share this with your friends if somebody wants to learn car modeling, and subscribe to my channel for watching more such animation tutorials. See you in the next part.